Welcome to this Mandala meditation. As you settle into a comfortable space, take a moment to breathe deeply. Inhale and exhale. Let go of the distractions around you and bring your focus here to the art before you. As I created this piece, my mind was swirling, busy, filled with thoughts, distractions, and a constant flow of noise. Yet, within that chaos, there was a quiet space of stillness, a place within me that was untouched by the turbulence around. In this mandala, you'll see a flower in the center, a symbol of that stillness, the calm at the heart of the storm. As we go on, you'll see that each petal represents a different part of the mind, each filled with small dots. These dots symbolize the busyness, the layers of thoughts and feelings that constantly arise within us. Can you feel it? The noise of our minds, the never-ending stream of thoughts, worries, and to-dos. But even amidst this busyness, notice the flower shape itself. There's a sense of order here, a sense of balance, a sense of stillness. This flower, as chaotic as it may seem, holds a quiet center, a reminder that we too can find stillness amidst the noise. In the spiritual traditions, we often hear about the monkey mind, the constant jumping from one thought to another, the restlessness we feel when our minds are not at peace. Does this sound familiar? Our minds often pull us in many directions, sometimes making us feel overwhelmed. In a world that constantly demands our attention, it's no wonder that our minds become crowded, restless, and even confused. As the Buddha once said, "You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger." Our mind, when left unchecked, can pull us into an endless spiral of frustration and confusion, constantly bouncing between thoughts, unable to settle. And then you have Western society, with all its fast-paced living, pressures and expectations. It often amplifies this inner noise. It's hard to hear our inner voice when the world around us is so loud. It's easy to forget that beneath the noise, there is a quiet rhythm, a natural pace that belongs to us, a pace that allows us to breathe deeply and feel at home within ourselves. Notice how the dots in the petals of this mandala are scattered, flowing in different directions and of all different sizes. But together they create harmony. This is how our thoughts can be, seemingly chaotic, but when we step back and observe them with awareness, we can see that they are part of a larger picture. Just as these dots form a beautiful whole, our thoughts, when allowed to flow without attachment, can also come together in harmony. Now let's focus on the background of this mandala. The deep hot pink represents the heart, passionate, full of life and energy. The rhinestones, iridescent like the shifting thoughts we experience, catch the light in different ways, just as our emotions and thoughts shift with every moment too. Surrounding the golden petals, soft green leaves unfold, delicate, reaching, and alive. Green is the colour of the heart chakra, of renewal and of healing. Just like these leaves stretch outward, we too are always growing, expanding beyond what we once were. The mind may resist change, clinging to old narratives and old wounds and old fears, but the soul knows better. It's always reaching towards something greater. Healing isn't about silencing the mind. It's about softening into it, learning to listen without attachment, to let thoughts come and go without losing ourselves in them, to remember that we are not what we think. We are the awareness behind the thinking. Take a moment now to breathe again. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Notice how your body begins to relax, how the world around you may feel a little quieter. This simple act of slowing down can help you access that space of stillness within, where the mind is not rushing but observing, a place where we can be present with ourselves beyond the noise. The art before you is a mirror of that stillness. The gold outline of the mandala reflects a sense of sacredness, of beauty, inviting you to step into a space where time slows and you can simply just be. This stillness exists within us, waiting to be noticed, even when the mind feels chaotic. The flowy dotted lines scattered across the canvas are not just design elements. They represent the movement of energy within the mind. Like the thoughts that flow in and out, these lines remind us that life is not static. The pastel pink and pastel green evoke a sense of softness, of gentleness. They flow through the background, just as the energies of life flow around us, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, but always in motion. What would it be like to step into that observer role? To see the mind as it is without judgment or attachment, just as a witness to the flow of thoughts. Sometimes the key to accessing inner stillness is simply to observe, to let the thoughts come and go like waves on the shore, without trying to control them, without identifying with them. As we witness the thoughts, we begin to see them for what they are, temporary, fleeting, and not who we truly are. In the quiet space of observation, we can allow our minds to be still, and in that stillness, we can experience peace. And it is in this peace that we find our true power. Imagine for a moment that you could let go of all of the mental noise and simply be. Feel the peace that rises within you when you stop identifying with the constant stream of thoughts. In this space of stillness, we can hear the deeper voice within, the one that speaks of love, of wisdom, of our true purpose in life. I invite you to carry this awareness with you. Whenever your mind feels overwhelmed, whenever the monkey mind pulls you in all directions, remember that stillness is always available to you. It's not a destination, but a presence, a constant that exists within you, no matter the noise around. Take a moment now, breathe deeply, and allow yourself to rest in this space of peace. In the midst of life's busyness, you can always return to the stillness within.